Thank you for your time, sir. Why did you feel it was important to speak before a national audience tonight?
It's very important to tell parents in the country what President Trump did for school safety for all kids. And he's a man of his word. And he formed a school safety commission that the media never really spoke about. And I wanted to get it out there. And I wanted to help the president.
What do you hope people remember from your message this night?
To get out and vote Republican, because Democrats aren't capable of looking at failed policies. They're only capable of pushing an agenda, and that's what they did on my daughter when my daughter was murdered. They pushed an agenda. They politicized her death. They didn't look into any of the failed policies that happened in Parkland. And under President Trump, he formed the Federal School Safety Commission where they looked into all the failures and they came up with solutions. The same thing in the state of Florida under Governor Scott at the time. He formed a commission. They looked into the failures. They came out with solutions. We passed a bill to make all kids safer. We didn't just look at an agenda. We looked at what went wrong, what we could do to make a difference so it doesn't happen again. And to vote Republican and to vote for Trump if you want your children safe.
Why will they be more safe under President Trump's leadership than a Joe Biden?
Sure. So after my daughter was murdered, I looked into what went wrong in Parkland, and I wanted to know facts. I wasn't interested in politics then at that time until I started looking into the failed policies that were pioneered in Broward County that started with the Obama-Biden administration, a restorative justice policy of not holding children accountable, no discipline in the schools. And I found that out myself by looking into all the failed policies. The shooter threatened to shoot up the school, never arrested, allowed in the school again. He threatened to rape students. He skinned animals, never held accountable because of these failed Biden-Obama policies. And the president in his Federal School Safety Commission, where they did research for almost a year into failed policies, realized that that's hurting our children, those type of policies that were pioneered in Broward. And he ended it. He rescinded those Obama-Biden policies, which meant the world to me, not forcing them on schools, districts to enforce those policies. And Biden is saying if he's elected in his unity platform, he's going to push those policies into every public school in the country. So parents need to know about these policies that are out there that are very harmful for our children and our teachers. You know, you hear about bullying, you hear about teachers getting assaulted. It's all because of these policies that started with the Biden-Obama administration.
Those policies, though, they can't, at the federal level, they can't make schools adopt those policies down to the local level. You know, you put it all at the feet of Obama, Biden. Is that fair?
Yeah, like a lot of people ask me what the president has done, and I tell them, you know, he came out with dozens of recommendations, but then like a county like Broward, run by all these unethical bureaucrats, still have these policies in place. But, you know, parents are smartening up. You know, Broward County School District I heard they lost 7,000 students this year, and it's just going to keep rising. Another reason to vote President Trump is for pro-choice, to give parents the right where to send their kids to school. Parents shouldn't have to send their kids to a failing public school. And that's very important to me because I know how Broward County public schools are run. Parents need the options. Charter school's an option, private school, homeschool. And under the Democrats are against school choice. And I'm very much for it, just like the president, just like the state of Florida. A lot of states could learn from the state of Florida, what we're doing for school choice.
Mr. Pollack, there's also a divide among Parkland parents about the effectiveness of our gun laws. Those Parkland parents who feel we need more in the way of gun control spoke out. at least one of them last week. Where do you stand on guns, schools, gun laws, and that part of the debate? And will you speak to that tonight? And how do you speak to that now?
Gun laws didn't fail. Gun laws
What?
didn't fail my daughter. People did.
Could you?
That's what happened in Parkland. There's plenty of gun laws. If the sheriff didn't sign on to that restorative justice, that failed sheriff who was removed, he signed on to those restorative justice programs. They made over 40 visits to that scumbag's house, 40 times to his house. He was never arrested. He threatened to shoot the school up and wasn't arrested. He drank gasoline. He threatened other students, never arrested. So all the gun laws were in place. People just failed. Even his mental health, Henderson Health, another entity that failed miserably. So gun laws are in place. We need to fix the policies, harden our schools, make them safe for teachers. And under President Trump, that's the route we're going to take. Democrats also, I don't hear you talk about Democrats wanting to remove police officers from schools and defunding the police. In the state of Florida, that's one thing we did and got right, that Broward County can't remove SROs from the schools. It's the law. And Republicans took care of that up in Tallahassee. Other states are removing police officers from schools, which is kind of ludicrous when you think about it. But most of the time, Democrats, they don't really think. They removing any parent out there with common sense, you have to know that your child's going to be much safer in a school with a trained police officer in it than no police officers and no gun zone signs.
Mr. Pollack, as always, thank you very much for taking time to speak with us this day.
Thank you.